I picked this day for doing errands, and it was just a good thing that it turned out to be a very, very rainy day. So I was able to film it too, and because I love rainy days and I love dressing down for rainy days, as you can see here, and as you can see here, I'm wearing my hunter boots and shorts, and I'm carrying an umbrella, of course. This would be the outside of the main library of the University of the Philippines in Diliman. I had three books that were overdue, so I had to return them. And then after I returned them, the rain poured down really, really strongly. But earlier, before going to school, it was already starting to rain, so I was able to drop by the dorm from the office and change into a pair of shorts and my rubber boots and bring an umbrella. And this is part of the oval, and this is the area of the campus where I most often go to because this is where the main library is, and this is also where my classrooms are, and this is where the library of my college is. My college is the College of Arts and Letters, and I'm under the Department of English and Comparative Literature. And this is the bag that I am using for rainy days. The brand is COSE, COSE, and it's made of a rubbery vinyl kind of thing. It's completely waterproof. As you can see, it is raining quite hard, and I have been walking for quite some time, and the bag has been rained on because my umbrella is not very, very big, and the rain is quite strong, and it's also windy, so sometimes the rain goes sideways. So it's a good thing to have a bag like that. And I have decided to, walk a little way more so that I can have more things in this vlog. Um, this is the parking lot of the Arts and Sciences. It's right in front of Palma Hall, which we also call AS Hall because it stands for the Arts and Sciences. It's used mostly by classes under the Arts and Sciences. There's not much cars parked there right now, probably because it's the mid-year has just started, and that is Palma Hall right there. As you can see, it's still raining. And earlier on, you were able to see, I think, a bit of the construction or road work that's been going on in front of Palma Hall. What I really love about the campus are the trees. Those are really, really old trees that, when it's very sunny, they provide really, really good shade. And at this point, I could hear a lot of crickets, and I really wanted you to hear the sound of the crickets chirping. So let me turn off the voiceover and turn on the original sound so that you can hear it. There's just going to be some sound of vehicles passing by, and they're kind of loud, but during the interval, I hope you will be able to hear the sound of the crickets chirping. And now this is just me playing in a puddle of rainwater in my rubber boots. And that is the kiosk that you can see. We buy our snacks there in between classes or before or after classes if we're coming from the area of the AS Hall. Sometimes I see bikers hanging out over there because they go around the academic oval, and then when they're taking a break, they hang out there in groups. And I just want to take a few minutes to show you this. That sculpture that you can see is called the Jardín ng mga Diwata or Garden of the Nymphs. It is a sculpture by national artist Napoleon Abueva. And behind that used to be the faculty center, but it burned down in April 1, 2016 during the very, very wee hours of the morning of April 1. We actually thought it was a very, very mean April Fool's joke, but turns out it wasn't. It was real. And everybody was devastated. And we really just wished it was a mean joke. Having it as a joke would have been a much better situation. But the faculty center is gone now. It used to hold all of the offices of all the professors of the College of Arts and Letters, as well as the professors of social sciences and philosophy. And there were also, I think, two theaters in there, and a bunch of classrooms and two libraries. So the school lost a lot. As you can see, it is still raining, and now I am going to try to take one of those jeepneys that you see on screen because I have to go to the nearby mall to buy some stuff that I need and some stuff that Chandler also needs. As much as possible, I try not to go to malls that often because I don't really like them. They're so crowded. And but here I am now inside a jeepney. It's not very full. It is one of the jeepneys that go from the UP campus through Philcoa and then finally to SM North. SM North is the name of the mall that I'm gonna be going to because it's the nearest. And now let me just take a moment to show you my bag here. I showed this to you earlier in this video. It is it is still raining outside, and we are outside Palma Hall, and the Jeep is already moving forward. And look at my bag. It is still as wet as ever, but inside is very, very dry. And I even have an iPhone cable on there and a power bank, but I know that it's very safe to keep them in there. In this next video clip, we were already near the U-turn slot of Commonwealth Avenue going towards Fairview before going back to the circle. And then our driver stopped to give help to another jeepney driver who was having problems with his vehicle. So I'm gonna replay the video clip using the original sound, and then I will explain later what they're talking about.
Halika, susuruin na lang kita. Ha? Susuruin na lang kita. Ha? Susuruin. Sakwit? Oo. Ano ka meron? Masira dito, masira. Masira. Samuel niyo mo lagay.
What happened was that our driver offered the other driver to have his vehicle towed or pulled to the nearest gasoline station. And here is the second driver, the driver of the jeepney that was getting engine trouble, and he was tying a rope around, I don't know what you call that. That is not really a fender anymore because Philippine jeepneys are very, very strange. They have parts on them that are not a part of any other vehicle that you can find in the world. And what is amusing is that we are right in the middle of a major road. It's a 5-lane road, and vehicles here cover around 60 kilometers per hour. And we were just right there. Two jeepneys pulled over on the side of the road, one driver tying a rope between the two jeepneys. So here we see the driver again. He's actually finishing up the tying of the rope. And we are moving again. This is actually very amusing because the rope is not really tied to the center of the vehicle in front. So I don't really know how he is able to stay in his lane without being pulled over to the other side. And I'm not sure if I'm being very articulate about this, but Well, the rope is in a diagonal, not a straight line, but still they were able to make it work. And it's really just amusing how fellow Filipinos can find a way to get through anything. And here is the driver just signaling him to, just keep keep carry on, we're fine. And it was actually a short ride to the nearest gasoline station. But when we were already stopping, I was kind of terrified. Yikes! I was actually quite terrified that the two jeepneys were going to bump into each other because I don't know if the brakes of the other jeepney was still working. So here we are pulling into the gasoline station, and as you can see, nobody was harmed, not even the vehicles. And it's still raining, although not as hard as it was raining before. And I just found it quite amusing, but not very surprising at all, that all of the other passengers that were in the jeepney with me just calmly watched everything, matter of factly, like it was no big deal, like it happened every single day. And now I'm going to turn the original sound back on because I want you guys to hear what actually went on.
Yeah, bante!
What happened was the driver of the second jeepney just called out, "Sige, abante," which means go ahead, just go. And then our driver just waved and then went. And that is how we do things in the Philippines. At this point, we were already at North Avenue, and the traffic is really, really bad. The rain is almost stopped, but so were we in traffic. I'm sure you have seen a lot of footages of the horrible, horrible Manila traffic. And by the way, this is all happening in the Diliman area of Quezon City. North Avenue extends from the Quezon City Memorial Circle all the way to EDSA. And to the right, that would be the golf course of the Veterans Memorial Medical Center, or VMMC. And finally, I am now at the jeepney terminal of SM North, and this is how it looks. It is not very crowded yet, but it's going to be very, very crowded later on during rush hour. Right now, it's still early and it just rained, so people were still indoors. And over there, right before us, that would be the mall. It is SM City North, and that is where we're going. But I'm not going to take a lot of footages from inside the mall because it's actually very ordinary and it looks like most other malls in the Philippines. I'm just going to cross the pedestrian lane to get through the main entrance, and then I'll just show you what's just inside. And here we are. This is it. This is what's just inside the main entrance of the mall. It's pretty much the same as all other malls anywhere in the country. We have a McDonald's, of course. Always, always a McDonald's. I have just come from National Bookstore, and inside that Lamy bag is the fountain pen that I'm going to be giving away on my YouTube channel. And I am going to be posting the details hopefully before the weekend, but if I don't get to it, I'm going to be posting it after the weekend. It's going to be a long weekend too, so I really hope I get some time for it before the long weekend starts. I also purchased a few other things for myself from National Bookstore, and I'm going to be uploading a haul video about that. Here we are outside the art store where I'm going to buy all the things that Chandler needs for his animation. He's practicing traditional animation using pen and paper. And that is my last errand for the day. Here I am back again at the jeepney terminal, but there is a very, very, very long line for the jeepney that would take me back to the Philcoa jeepney terminal, so I wasn't really sure how to do it. And I actually ended up taking an Uber. It's just a very, very short ride, I think less than 10 minutes. As you can see, the traffic is really bad. It is 5 minutes before 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'm not really sure what traffic is like because it has been raining, but there it is. And finally, I think the rain has stopped for good for tonight. I am already riding on an FX, and the sign says SM Fairview. That is the origin of this particular trip. It's different from the SM North that we went to. SM Fairview is a different mall. And this particular FX came from SM Fairview and would go all the way to Buendia. And that's where I'm at. And I would like to show you that monument that you can see up ahead. It's the monument, it's called the Quezon Memorial Monument. Is a monument that holds the remains of former Philippine President Manuel L. Quezon and his wife Aurora. And well, traffic isn't so bad. I'm gonna be getting home in like, I don't know, an hour or so. And I'll be signing off for now. Until next time, bye!